Well, it's a few weeks before spring planting. See, I let my chickens into the garden, and they go in there and they eat all the bugs and weeds, burning an old camper stump. The tree died. And I'll be tilling all this up, planting tomatoes, broccoli, cabbage, everything for my spring garden. I only do about half of it, and I'll wait about a month and plant the other half. Well, I've let the chickens in here for a month or so, and they've pretty much ate the winter garden. We had an El Nino winter, which just means we had a lot of rain. I'm going to be throwing out about a half a bucket of wood ash from that stump that I burned. I'm going to be digging that stump up too a couple of days from now with a backhoe and planting a cherry tree there. So I'm going to throw out my wood ash and then some Epsom salts, some lime, and some fertilizer. I'm only going to till and row the middle of the garden for my spring garden, and then the lower half and the upper half will be for the summer garden. So let's get the tiller cranked and we'll get it tilled up. Well, I got it tilled up. I'm going to be planting tomatoes, squash, zucchini, and bell peppers. I'm going to be throwing some instant milk too around each plant when I plant it. I'm just going to show you inside the chicken coop. They're still laying. I've lost a few. They dive through the years. I'll be cleaning out the coop and putting all the shavings and stuff around the tomato plants. Well, let's get the row buster out and make the rows. Well, we got it rowed up. That was pretty quick. That machine sure saves a lot of back work. Well, I'm going to get my plants tomorrow and get them in the ground. It's supposed to rain tomorrow afternoon. Alright, we're ready to plant. I'm growing Better Boy tomatoes. You want to bury them pretty deep. I'm going to put a little instant dry milk. It will add a little bit of calcium, a little in the hole and around it, and it instantly adds calcium to the soil. I do put eggshells and bone meal in, but it takes it years to break down to where the plant can use it. I like to indent it just a little. I didn't plant a winter garden because it was so wet. I normally would have broccoli and lettuce and cabbage coming in right now, several rows, but it was just so wet I wasn't able to get in here and work. So I'm just going to have a small spring garden and a large summer garden. Well, I got a row and a half planted, 7 tomato plants and some zucchini squash down there. I got it about 4 feet apart. And I've got some yellow crooked neck squash up here and a couple of bell peppers. I'm getting my plants from a local high school. They're doing it as a fundraiser. Only pay about $1 for 6 plants. So I've got another batch of plants coming next week, so I'll get the rest of it planted. I'm probably just going to plant a bunch of bell pepper and a few odds and ends. But my main garden will be the summer garden, and the rest of the area on either side, okra and beans, or black-eyed peas. I can dry them in the sun and get 100 pounds out of this little garden and have enough for a couple years. Oh, next we'll get that tree stump dug up. It's supposed to rain for the next 2 days, so after the rain passes, I'm gonna dig that stump up. Well, we have had 2 days of rain. I think we've had around 8 to 10 inches. And farmers are having a hard time. My backhoe, I tried to get over there to dig out that stump, but it won't move. I just sink in the ground. So I guess I'll have to dig that stump up another day. Well, I got it unstuck by the hardest. I had to use some of my timbers from the sawmill. I did get this one stump dug up, but you can see this El Nino year is just, a lot of farmers in here just can't even plant anything. So I'm not sure my spring garden is even going to make this year. But well, we'll do an update later. I appreciate y'all watching.